Hello, today I am going to be talking about maladaptive daydreaming. So, just a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I do not claim to be able to treat, cure, or mitigate any condition, and the information presented in this slideshow is not to be taken as medical advice. This is intended to be used for educational purposes only, so if you have any concerns regarding your mental health, then please seek the help of a qualified medical practitioner. So, what is maladaptive daydreaming? Maladaptive daydreaming is a condition where someone may daydream excessively, sometimes for hours each day, to the point where it interferes with daily duties. Many people with maladaptive daydreaming find that certain things can trigger them to begin daydreaming. Common triggers include listening to music, pacing and walking around, or dancing, trying to sleep, being bored, being on the swings or on a trampoline, watching films and reading books. Some people experience stereotypic movements when daydreaming, such as rocking, moving their legs, flapping their hands, and more. People may do these unconsciously whilst immersed in a vivid daydream, and some people may also act out their daydreams and talk to themselves, and they may even feel emotions from the content of the daydreams. Maladaptive daydreaming was first discovered by Professor Eli Soma in Israel. It was first detailed in a paper written in 2002 about 6 trauma patients who daydreamed so much that it impacted their ability to work or attend school. It's still not in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, but people in the community hope for it to become a recognised condition. Woo! Spinach! Woo! On average, maladaptive daydreamers spend 57% of their day daydreaming compared to those without the condition spending around 16% of their time in the daydream. There is discussion within the maladaptive daydreaming community and among professionals as to whether maladaptive daydreaming is a behavioural addiction, a form of dissociation, a difficulty in regulating attention, or an obsessive-compulsive spectrum disorder. It's been associated with OCD, as some people have co-occurring OCD or a family history of it. And some people with maladaptive daydreaming have obsessive traits of OCD, as people may become fixated on a specific daydream. And it also has the compulsive aspect, as people may have a strong urge to daydream and may feel irritable, agitated, restless, and uncomfortable if they cannot daydream. People with maladaptive daydreaming may also sometimes daydream when trying to focus on something or read, which is why it has also been associated with ADHD. However, people with maladaptive daydreaming do not have all of the traits of these conditions, so it is thought of as a specific condition in itself. Some people feel that maladaptive daydreaming is more of a behavioural addiction, as OCD is associated with anxiety and fear, whereas maladaptive daydreaming episodes may take place because they give the person a strong sense of joy and block out negative emotions. So this would resemble an addiction more. And people have the urge to daydream, but may voluntarily go and daydream, indulge in it, and it may become part of their daily routine. But it isn't something that someone can simply stop, as some people feel like they can't function properly without spending the time daydreaming, and it can feel very out of control. Some people view maladaptive daydreaming as a form of dissociation, as it can be viewed as a way to escape reality. Maladaptive daydreaming is associated with a history of trauma in some cases, but not everyone can pinpoint it back to any specific trauma. In some people, it may be used as a way to cope with anxiety or depression, as it is common for people with maladaptive daydreaming to have co-occurring mental health conditions. Some people may not know where it comes from, so it may just occur by itself sometimes. Is maladaptive daydreaming always unhealthy? The term maladaptive is often used to describe unhealthy coping mechanisms. Maladaptive daydreaming can be unhealthy when it becomes so excessive to the point where an individual cannot do daily tasks or may struggle to work or sleep, and when people have such a hard time controlling their daydreams that it causes distress. In some cases, however, the daydreaming may be helpful. For example, someone who is not in a loving household environment may find that their daydreams help them feel safe and comforted. Some people with depression may find that the daydreaming keeps their depression from getting as bad as it could, and some people say that it allowed them to get through such difficult situations in their life. The issue is when someone becomes dependent on it and cannot stop even after the difficult situations have passed. So here's just some terminology. A paracosm is the term for somebody's daydream world. It may have a specific location and specific traditions that are different from the real world. And a parame is the term some people use to describe their character in a daydream. So some people play a different character, but some people are also an idealized version of themselves. Bing bong, ding ding dong. Is the content of a maladaptive daydreamer's daydreams different from the content of daydreams in those without the condition? Whilst most people daydream about their plans and daily life situations or things they would like to do, a maladaptive daydreamer's daydreams may be very elaborate, detailed, and based on fantasy. They can be set in another world and may include fictional characters. Some people with maladaptive daydreaming may not have their own daydream world or characters, as some people may just find that it's more excessive and that they have a strong urge to do it and feel as if they cannot stop. Some people may have very sad and distressing daydreams, so negative emotions can be triggered by them at times, but people feel as if they have to keep doing it. Woo! Spinach! Some people have the idea that maladaptive daydreaming is a form of psychosis, but this is incorrect, as a maladaptive daydreamer knows that their daydreams are separate from reality, but someone with psychosis would be unable to tell if it's reality or not. Spinach! So how can maladaptive daydreaming impact daily life? People may struggle to work or focus on schoolwork because they daydream so much, and some people may worry whether they will have enough time in the day to daydream, and this can cause stress. Some people may struggle to sleep due to daydreaming so much at night, and some people may become upset that they cannot take in their surroundings when going for a walk because they keep getting lost in their mind. Fuck. People may feel like they are undisciplined because they can't get themselves out of this daydream cycle, and people may feel annoyed at themselves for not doing things that they feel they should be doing, such as daily responsibilities, and this can lower someone's self-esteem. Some people may feel as if they cannot function without daydreaming, and people may worry that others will notice or catch them daydreaming, as some people may feel embarrassed about it.